in. Tap, tap, tap in. Getting money, get rich, baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. MLB, icy gang, better tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Wrist on tap in. Waist on thinner. I'ma show you how to bag an 8-figure. Face on zaddy. Pockets on jigger. You better get the card and make it swipe like Tinder. Private villa in the fire chinchilla. When he post me, all the get sicker. For a killer, I don't need fillers. Never been a lame, so the real chicks feel it. Daddy on the FaceTime, you can never take mine. End up on a dateline, Rich with no day job. Hit your wop, always on the course side, Billionaire boys wanna eat me out. I'm from the West Coast, they wanna go down south. All these lame little rappers tryna for clout. I won't let him hit, but he can put it in his mouth. Low waist, fat, baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Diamonds dancing on your neck, better tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Getting money, get rich, baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Icy gang, better tap in. Pillow in the fire chinchilla. When he post me, all the get sicker.
Lord, I forgot to change his background.
I don't need fillers. Never been a lame, so the real chicks feel it. Daddy on the FaceTime, you can never take mine. On a dateline, With no day job. Hit your wop, always on the course.
You still got a Christmas over there, brother.
I know. I still feel like it's Christmas. Hold on, I'm working on the season. I might not do none of that.
He can put it in his mouth.
Christmas in August.
Tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Diamonds dancing on your neck, better tap in. Tap, tap, tap in.
It's January.
That's all right. I'm going to stick with my first love because I love her so much. Are we live?
We live, I think so. I believe we're here.
We live production?
Yeah.
2022.
So I can go to Power Plug Radio on YouTube and share? How we doing it? Okay, because I'm looking and I don't see. I'm on the Power Plug Radio page on Facebook. Did you share it to Facebook? Because I can go that way. I just don't see it.
I'm going to. I just stuck it in your box. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
It's in the chat box.
All right.
Go ahead. I got
you. Okay, all right. So happy 2022. We made it over. Did we make it over, Terrence? King, did we make it over?
We made it over, great man. We made it over. And I'm here. I'm glad to be here with you.
I know that's right. We made it over.
I'm glad we made it on over here to this side.
We could have been somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, but I'm glad I'm in where I need to be. You know, they say, some people like to say you're in the right place at the right time. I'm just happy to be here. This is where I need to be. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, it's a good time. So welcome everyone to The Spill. I am Darius, aka the Velvet Missionary. My good brother right here, who is a regular host on this show.
Yes, thank you very
Terrence
much.
Is here. Yes. Yes. So we got Tron coming on in just a few minutes and Chubb Bay. Now let me see if I can share this. Because this is we're doing some new things this year. We're doing some new things. So we are
new in 2022.
Yes, we're streaming primarily on YouTube. So, forgive me because it's a new thing, but that's all right. New things are good things.
Yeah.
So,
it's on Facebook. They can click the link.
Is it on the Power Plug Radio page?
Yes.
Okay, so cool. I ain't got to go do all that. Let me just go to Facebook so I can let my people know that we are here.
Let my people
because I need
know.
them. I need them in the comments.
Come on in, tell a friend. I don't know who this guy is. He gets me every time he says it. I love it when he says it though. Come on in, tell a friend.
Oh yes. Hold on, I'm looking.
He talks wealth
How y'all
management.
doing?
What's up,
Hey,
Tron?
what's going on, Tron?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Happy 2022, brother.
I know. Happy New Year, man. How you doing?
Yeah, happy.
We are doing well, man. Blessed. I'm blessed to be here in 2022. Sometimes I wonder if I would make it. I really did.
Wow.
I thought you were about to break out a song and say, I wonder how I made it.
Yeah.
I might before the night is over because sometimes when you look back And it's true,
Yeah.
when you look back over your life and you think about some things,
Mm-hmm.
and you really wonder, how did I make it over?
Hey, thank goodness.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
goodness we only live in a small piece of what the bigger picture is. And so there's a bigger picture.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
There's a bigger
Very
picture.
correct. Very correct.
Sometimes we don't realize that though, because we're
We
only
stuck.
focused on what we have
Yep.
going on.
Yeah, we
And
stuck. I like that analogy that I've heard several people use last year, actually. And it says you can't get mad at the turtle for what the giraffe can see that the turtle can't see. And so a lot of times people are looking from their own perspective. And so we can't
Right.
always see what the giraffe can see, and can't get mad at the turtle for that. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you gotta look forward. You gotta look at the bigger picture, because
yeah,
sometimes with that tunnel vision, you just only seeing what you want to see.
yeah,
But
What you're
there's a bigger world out there, and there's a lot more
Absolutely.
stuff going on than
just
in just your little world.
yeah,
Because, and that's the thing, I think that's where arrogance come in, because people fail to realize sometimes your world is not the whole world.
yeah,
Hello?
You just play a small part in that world.
yeah.
And you gotta understand that there's a bigger situation going on out there than you.
Yep.
Because
Tron, you better preach. You better preach. I'm about to call Mother Brown and tell her to get the offering place out
He
already.
gonna take a text, man. He about to take a text.
We're getting ready to take up an offering already.
If you happen to miss Sunday service, don't worry, we got you covered right here.
Yes, Tron
Right
is giving
here.
y'all a word.
We got
people.
you right here. Don't worry. God's showing up. He's showing up.
That's right. If you didn't make it to Bible study or midweek service
Don't worry,
tonight, it's
by
all right.
means, we got you.
oh my goodness, y'all are a mess.
Yes, I love it. But continue. You was giving the people a word.
No, no, it's just, gotta look beyond you, because it's not all about you. Look beyond that, and let that whole sense of entitlement and all this kind of you gotta let that go.
Yeah,
because the world don't owe you nothing. It doesn't owe you anything,
and it's not going to pay you. It's
right?
not going to pay. It's not
Exactly.
going to pay you. But even if it do, it ain't going to pay you. And speaking of that, I said I was going to mention this young man just to even get out, just to show you how much we need to look beyond just that moment that we going into a TikTok sensation. Roy Tesley was allegedly, killed by his partner of 10 years. And they allegedly say it was over a video game. He strangled him.
Wow.
10 years they've been together, and he strangled this young man. The young man, 28 years old. I think his partner was 32. So, it just really is one of those things where you just can't let the right now. There's a video game. We talking about, they allegedly say it was over a video game that this grown man choked out his 10-year partner that they've been together. And so I was inspired by this young man. He used to call himself your gay best friend. If you never knew you had a gay best friend, the young man would get on TikTok and Instagram from me, and he'd do all these different dances. And I just thought it was very, it was fun. It was always humorous to see somebody, such a big boy, when you're talking about no small boy, we talking about 200 pounds moving with such agility, and so much vivation and so much life this man would present us with on YouTube and Instagram. And, he was a big sensation on TikTok, they say. And so I know there's a lot that have been affected by his passing, but it just goes to show you, it's not just about the right now. So Roy Ten out in Oakland, because it's happened out in Oakland, California.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Over a video game?
Well, I don't think it was just over the video game. That just had to be The straw.
Yeah.
That
That broke the
camel's
camel's back. Yeah.
So that's tragic. There
I
were
think it
signs,
could.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
So
COVID, there's all kinds of things going on in people's life. And I feel
Well-
like that's something we all have to be mindful of. You even popping off on somebody now, we've had so many road rage shootings here in the South Florida, on turnpikes, people just popping off, people are just quick to respond and not know where somebody else is in.
The thing is, people are frustrated. They're
Absolutely.
frustrated. That's the main thing to remember. They're frustrated because we're dealing with something right now that we've never dealt with before, and no one seems to have an answer for it.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody is guessing. It's like, okay, 1 week they're saying this, 1 week they're saying that, and no one really knows what the hell is going on. And so people are just frustrated, and they're like, they feel helpless. And when you have a society of people that are feeling that way, this is what happens. They start lashing out. They're angry because, for one, they don't know what's going on around them, and there is no one can give them an answer as to
a definitive
what
answer
is going on. And they get frustrated, and frustration turns into anger.
A lot of uncertainties. And also, I don't think we've done just a really good job of how to manage. I say this a lot, managing my trauma and managing my emotions. I work on workshops around those particular points, and how I manage that, right? It's going to happen. Trauma has happened in your life, if you watch the news long enough, that's traumatic. If you have conversations like this, you listening to our radio station right now, you're devastated at the news of this young man. How do you manage that moving forward? Because now that it's entered into your ear gate, how do you manage that, right? And so sometimes I tell people, sometimes it is necessary for me to shut everything off. The phone, no social media, no computer, no news, and just completely be engaged with my breathing. Just being able to take exhales and inhale breath, is vital. Just to, center things back, and come back into order of what's most important, so you can realize what truly is most important about waking up and given this day that you didn't know was going to be given to you. You didn't know how it's going to work out. You don't know how it's going to work out, right? And even now, people are making posts celebrating the beginning of the new year, and 3 days later they're celebrating funerals. That is traumatic. When you have to flip back, just 3 days before, my post was celebrating with this person. We were bringing in the new year together, and now I'm celebrating their funeral. That's that trauma that doesn't go away. And we as a culture, as a Black people, haven't done a very good job of celebrating the therapy aspect of where we can get that support, the bereavement.
Right.
We've lent everything and forced everything in the hands of faith and church, and I feel like those are great places, but those only work after you've worked them for years, right? Many of our generations that I talk about are not, they're not church goers, they're not faith goers. We scream God's name, they scream Jesus' name, but they're really not faith and church goers. And so that's something you got to practice. And if you haven't been practicing it, on an ongoing basis, to assume somebody's going to know how to handle that trauma in a time like that, I just don't see that happening. So, professional therapy should be celebrated. It should be brought into our community more and more, and it should be talked about more and more.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. That is something that has always been a taboo type topic, especially with the African American culture that they feel like you're crazy or whatever if
crazy.
you're seeing a therapist or whatever. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you need help. You need help. It's
Mhm.
okay. It's okay.
Normalize it.
Go seek the help that you need.
Yeah.
Don't sit there suffering in silence.
Yeah.
Because that's when you end up doing all this crazy stuff. And
Yeah.
you end up finding yourself in jail or dead. You know, seek the help that you need.
But again, I will tell you that most people that I run into conversations in social groups, they don't realize they need the help. They realize they're hurting, but they don't realize that it's of the caliber of needing help, because we've been, as a people, we've been resilient, right? We've been given all these labels to help band-aid us so much so that we don't look at it, right? So how often did we get taken to the doctor as young kids? You know, emergency room. You know, we didn't. There was a fear in my house. I don't know about but collecting hospital bills. Oh, you don't want no hospital bill. That's gonna mess up your credit. And so we end up living this fear of looking to the medicine cabinet versus going to the doctor, because that was a luxury. Outside of your regular check-ins, that was a luxury, and you didn't want to create a doctor bill. You already lost your phone bill. I mean, you already lost your social security number to your phone bill and the light bill of your parents putting that in your name. So you're already starting off at a disadvantage, with that. Now you got it, emergency bills sitting up, asthmatic, because you're an asthmatic, So, but yeah, we should normalize it. And I feel like, you got, so many new Black therapists that are coming out, that I think we're hearing more people talk about therapy. You got Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club, which is a prominent, radio spot. He's talking more and more about his treatment. You got other celebrities that are openly talking about their use of therapy. It was a white thing for a lot of people. Oh, I see my therapist. That was a status. It was a status thing, and it is not a status. It's actually a necessity. It's just as important as your dentist. It's just as important as your gynecologist. And it should be offered to our community more on a financial base for that. So so that we can do this.
And that's why I can appreciate Darius for this platform he has set, because we get to talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we do.
And this is what social media should be about. Trying to empower each other, uplift each other, and let each other know, like, look, you're not the only one. This is not. This is not just something you're going through.
Yep.
There are other people out there like you as well.
Yep.
And just to put the word out there. So Darius, hats off to you. I appreciate
thank you. It's a group. Thank you. It's a group effort. Certainly with you all and with everyone that helps make the show what it is, with the production. And this is a perfect segue into talking about Power Plug Radio. I talk about Power Plug Radio every week. Power Plug Radio is a 24-hour Black-owned, internet-based radio station.
Black-owned. Say it again. Black-owned.
Black-owned, baby.
What you talking about? Power
melon.
to black.
Love
Power
it.
to the melon.
Melon, baby. Yes. So
come on, somebody.
Yes, and so Black-owned, home of your throwback jams. We have this show, such as this show, The Spill. We have other shows. We're doing something new here tonight, being that normally we stream straight through Facebook right now. So we're going to have to get used to a new way of doing things, but that's all right. With progression comes change. So we're streaming primarily through YouTube. And I want to encourage everyone that is watching, please go to YouTube, subscribe to Power Plug Radio. That way you'll see whenever we go live. We're also sharing the live to Facebook. But when you click on it, you will observe that we're on YouTube. So I don't see quite the number of people that I'm used to seeing, but I understand they're used to seeing us directly on Facebook. But we'll get there. So please do that. Please also support our other sponsor, Urban Drinkery, Sunday morning communion. I don't have any right now tonight, but I am substituting. Praise God. So Urban Drinkery, yes. We're going to show y'all a little bit about Urban Drinkery, baby. Yes. So these are actually my two favorite. There's the cognac berry right there on the left. It's Hennessy and some juices and berries and other stuff. And my other favorite right here, the lemon basil. It actually has basil in it. It is good, baby. It's some good stuff, baby. I'm telling you, when I go to when I was going for First Sunday Communion, baby, I would bring my own Urban Drinkery, baby.
All those got some good properties for those that might be wondering, well, what about those got good properties for bringing an immune system? You got your immune system builders up in there. You got some good stuff going on up in there. I ain't gonna call it a syrup for COVID, but I will say it might help soothe some things.
Yeah, so we got some people coming in. I got to give a shout out to my fellow king, Kyrie. He's in the comment section. Y'all see Kyrie every week. Candid Conversations. He's also, on Four Kings on Fridays. What's up, brother? Thank you for supporting. We're doing a little something different here. What's up, Darnell? Darnell, I see you in the comment. If y'all can please help me out, please share to the people. I'm trying to get the people to come over here to click on the YouTube link, which is something a little different for us, but it's new. But thank y'all. What's up, Anthony Chair? Oh my God, the people are coming in. What's up, Anthony? Oh, let me tell y'all don't. My feet felt light. There you go.
I just found it on YouTube, so I'm able to see it. So oh boy, y'all look good on this thing right here.
What's up, Keon? My brother Keon is here. Keon, one of the most handsome, good-looking gentlemen I've seen in my lifetime. What's up, Sean? Sean, what's up? The best-looking man in Orlando.
Now you know we own at the same time the TD Jakes, so we compete with TD Jakes. So
look, Bishop Jakes got to make it quick. Chubb, hey, what's going on?
I see Bishop Jakes up here now too. So
we got Bishop Chubb Bay here now, baby.
Oh yeah.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's going on, y'all?
How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Oh,
yes, we hear you.
And we see you.
I see this garb. I'm looking at what you got on. I'm like, you ain't tell me. I ain't getting the memo.
Look, I've been sitting here like, why I can't see myself?
So, and I saw a note just a minute ago. You were coming in. I kept wondering where you were.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look, you're here now. That's all that matters. You're here now.
Right.
Yes, Happy New Year. And I want to find out really quick from everybody. How did y'all celebrate the New Year? What did y'all do? Did you do anything?
No,
I was here at home. I cooked a little something, and I was here at the house. I was not trying to go out, and no.
What did you cook?
I did a ham. I did some greens and made some dressing, and
oh man, that Thanksgiving. What we doing?
You hear that, Kyrie? He cooked, Kyrie. And I'm sorry, I did mean to say candid conversations with Kyrie. Kyrie is in the comments. If you hear Kyrie, Tron cooked.
I cooked as well, too.
What did you cook, babe?
I made field peas. I made collard greens. I made white rice, cornbread, roasted chicken, and a banana pudding pound cake.
Oh,
sounds good.
Yeah,
that sounds very good.
Well, I couldn't eat all of that if I was doing my New Year's. Anybody know? I celebrated my New Year's on the beach, so I love to watch fireworks come in, and so yeah. So me and
why you didn't take some food?
Crew, beach and food and sand unless I'm eating crab legs. Now I'm a avid of eating crab legs on the beach. Now I will admit that, but other than that, I'm not trying to get sand in my food.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get sand in my food. Now my drinks is a little bit different, but I don't put them too close to the sand. But so yeah, we had a real good kickoff. We celebrated those that was with us last year that did get a chance to celebrate this coming in with us this year.
Yeah.
So we moving it. You know, we moving it. We moving a little less than
Yeah.
what we had last year, but we still moving.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So you know, I
Gotcha.
was on with Kyrie and the other Kings. We did a show for New Year's evening, and then I went to church for like probably about 30, 40 minutes. Came out because they was cooking fish and fries. So I got me a plate. Came on home because you know Miss Rona was still running wild, and I didn't want to run into that woman.
Right.
Because if I ran into her, I might have bopped her on sight. Yes. So we got a few things to talk about tonight. I do want to let you all know, and I'm sorry I did not send the flyer. St. Petersburg started a Black Pride, through an organization here called Banyan Tree. And let me see if I can actually pull it and send it to production real quick while I'm talking. We have never had a Black Pride. There is a Pride here in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area, but it's never been a Black Pride. We have started. It's very grassroots. This is our second year. We are going to have events going on this upcoming weekend. And I am going, there's an event on Saturday at 1:00. Just some conversation pieces. One of our great local entertainers who's known far and wide, Miss Kyla Santi, will be there. She will be performing at that event.
Love her.
Yes, you can see her Fridays at Southern Nights over in Ybor. Also, Saturday, same Saturday, that's Saturday. We're having a little pre-social on Friday the night before. So if you're in the area, you want to attend, please let me know and I will provide you with the directions and all of that good stuff. And production.
Now, will this be an annual date? This will be an annual this year?
This will be annual. You know, I was a little skeptical about it because you know what weekend is this weekend? And I'm not talking about the King, even though that's what we should be talking about, MLK Jr. Day. But you know, it's Pride weekend up there in Atlanta. And we know
that's right.
The children will be up there wrecking shop this weekend.
Yeah, they will start coming in tomorrow.
And everything gonna be overpriced, and it's gonna be sex parties all weekend long.
Well, not just sex parties. Come on now.
And you know what? Not just sex parties, but you know what? Nowadays,
I will be home.
But you know what? Nowadays, you don't even have to go to the sex party to get some, baby. You can get it in the club. For those of us who remember 708.
Oh goodness.
You can get everything you wanted in the club, baby.
At least you ain't say the part, because I really thought you were gonna say that part.
Oh, you know Piedmont, baby. We know. See, here's the flyer right here. You know the children love Piedmont. You know, ask that woman that claims she was in the park with Portia ex-husband. Yeah, she got a judgment behind that too, baby. So yeah, so you know the one that claimed it was delivered.
Oh, gotcha. Alleged. Gotcha.
Mother Caldwell.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So we have the hour, the power hour, which is going to be on Saturday, January the 15th from 1 to 4. That's the event that Kyla will be performing at. And then Sunday, we're just supporting local events. On Monday, we have the St. Petersburg MLK Parade, which is one of the biggest parades in the South. It might be the biggest MLK parade, I believe.
Wow.
I'm not quite sure how it's going to be looking this year with COVID, but I'm pretty sure lots of people will still come out. If you come out to the parade, please be safe. Try to social distance. Wear your mask if you're around a lot of people. Kyla Santi is also the inaugural queen for St. Pete Black Pride, and so she will be in the parade, as well as other representatives of Banyan Tree, which is the organization that has been that is behind this Pride event. Shout out to Mr. J. Paul Divine. So y'all come out if you're in the area. If you're not going to Atlanta or somewhere else, come on out and support this weekend.
And the temperature gonna be nice.
You know what? It's gonna be cool because it's already starting to change a little bit. Yeah, so I think that's all the church announcements that I have. I'm gonna ask Mother, I'm borrowing Mother Brown from Thais tonight. So so I'm gonna ask Mother Brown in a minute if we got any more church announcements. And y'all are free to put up your cash apps too, because I believe in the people being a blessing.
Oh.
So if you want to change it, put up your cash app. We're gonna take up an offering later. Okay, so now let's get to these topics. Let's talk about the Golden Globe Awards. Now we know that the Golden Globe Awards were not televised this year. They just they did not televise them. And they were socially distanced. Now we got to talk about Mother Blanca, Mother MJ Rodriguez, better known as Mother Blanca from Pose. Now, Mother Blanca won the award for the first ever. Well, she's the first ever transgender woman that won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a drama series, Pose. Now, this is a history-making moment because she is the first transgender woman to ever win this show, and Pose is the first show of its kind to ever win an award like this, where you have pretty much a majority cast of same gender loving men, women, and transgender men and women. So
that were not actors, that are actually real people.
They were not actors, exactly. Yeah. And so I think this is huge. This is monumental. This is a door that has been knocked down with this win. This is why I personally feel like Pose should have never ended. They should have kept Pose going for a few more seasons. But this is just a major push for same gender loving men, women, for transgender men and women, for people who may subscribe to different pronouns. I also wanted to highlight with this that MJ's co-stars, India Moore, who was she played on Pose. She was Blanca's daughter, Angel, and Angelica Ross, who was one of my favorites, Miss Candy. Miss Candy Velocity. Yes, they have spoken out a lot about transgender people getting their just due. With there being equity in the arts for transgender women and men, and how she's happy about this moment, but just how many other people were passed over or weren't even considered just because they love differently or feel differently or identify differently. So I wanted to open that up for conversation.
Yeah, I love this. I love the fact that we are now at a point where we're forcefully encouraging people to still live in their truth, right? There have been a number of people who, for so many reasons have, felt like they couldn't. One of my all-time favorites who's coming up, and I know everybody know, T.S. Madison. I love me some T.S. Madison. I know nobody else that really owns they like she does, right? She owns her past and she lives in her present truth. And people like this is important. My challenge to this is, after the win, we need to see more than just these roles, right? The diversity that we bring, and I say we, people, humanity, humans bring, is not just to be typecast. So I hope that we don't see just roles where they are only playing these transgender characters or these gay, quote unquote, characters, but that they're playing moms and they're playing brothers and they're playing the roles that you would see Will Smiths and other, actors and playing. So that's because it's a skill. At the end of the day, this is a skill. And these young men and women have chosen to take this skill as a profession. And so I want to see some more of that happen moving forward. And it can only happen if we get out, we have the writers. Janet Mock, we have to add, although, there's a lot of, that behind what Janet Mock added to this and how long she's been at it to make this with Ryan Murphy, and it is, I feel like it did end real early. I would have loved to have some more, but I also am eager to see what else we can see, come about from this point. Kudos,
Exactly.
congratulations.
And just to piggyback off of that, I agree with you totally. It's long overdue. And I hate saying that. I really do. I hate saying that because we are a very talented people of color, I mean. Whether you're gay, straight, bisexual, transgender, don't matter. Just people of color. We are a very talented group of individuals. And this is just long overdue. But it's nice to finally get that recognition and finally have, I guess you can say, the popular accept and realize that, hey, they're not going anywhere. They're here. So all props to her.
And they're living proud. They're living proud. They're living in their truth. And I think about watching polls and I always have to shout out the Kings. Kyrie, who's in the comments, King Jives, the Mario Jives, King Thais Jackson, King London. Even in the short time that I have, yes, London on the track, baby. Even in the short time that I have been on this show, I have learned so much from those gentlemen and how they live in their authentic, especially Kyrie, baby, lives in their, and they all do. They live in their authentic truth, baby, and that you don't have to accept certain kinds of treatment from people based on how you choose to live. If they can't line up and love you the way that you need to be loved, then baby, you can kick the bricks.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I kind of have a confession.
Yes.
I've never got into polls.
Oh.
So that's the first thing. Second
You
thing,
you don't have TV? Wait.
I have plenty of TVs in my place. Plenty of TVs here, trust me. Including in my office, I have a TV in here.
Yes.
So I want to say, I haven't gotten into polls. I watched maybe one or two little clips or whatever. So, with that being said, let's go to this. I want to. She deserves a big congratulations. For her to be the first Black trans woman, to receive a reward. I think that the LGBTQ plus and whatever else is behind that is coming a long way. A lot of people still not living their truth, but I think we're going in the right direction. It's long overdue, and the heterosexuals or whatever else people want to call themselves these days, sexual fluid, bisexuals, and everything else. They need to realize that we are human beings as well too. We just don't. All us can't do hell. All us gays need to stop putting all us in a bubble. So I really feel like this here is. I love hearing stuff like this. So she deserves a big congratulations. So,
yeah, and I'm with you 100% on that. Just it bothers me the fact that we're dehumanized a lot of the times.
right.
We're looked at as if we're second-class citizens and all this kind of stuff. It's like, I bleed just like you do. If you cut me, I bleed the same way you do. I'm no different from you.
Right.
And
Well,
first and foremost,
Mhm.
what I do in my bedroom has nothing to do with you.
Facts.
I didn't invite you into my
Maybe
bedroom.
that's the problem, Tron. They weren't invited. That could be
They were
the
the
issue.
first class
Sometimes that's the issue, Chubb. Maybe it's because they weren't invited.
Well, that might be it.
You make a good point.
That might be true. But yeah, you're right. Like, and to piggyback off of that, I was having a conversation with one of my other my friend girls, because I had a situation with a female. And I was a black ghetto girl. So it's like, they see us, we we got if things don't go their way, we're the punks and sissies and stuff like that.
mhm.
And I just be like, why is it like that? Like, and then if we retaliate, then we looked at bad. Like, okay, you still a man, or you can't be pushing her down. She can't be calling me a punk neither. So yeah. So when I hear stuff like when a transgender or a gay person like Lil Nas X, I'm loving he went ahead and ruffled feathers up. I love that. And I was behind him 100% because we just don't do hair, and we just don't sing in the choirs and direct choirs and whatever they feel like we can do, be their personal designers and everything else. We're more than that. We're human beings as well too. We have censor. We have sex like everybody else does. We have to go grocery shopping. We have to get gas in our cars. We have light bills as well too. We are human beings as well. So when people talk about us, it's more than just oh, he really sung in the choir today. It's more than just that. We got to give account for our souls when we go to heaven too. So,
And you get a little grace if you the choir director or the musician, and you do what you do really good. You still a punk. You still a punk, but you a punk that they can make use of.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's any different than being black. I mean, I feel like that's what we black people have been dealing with all the generations. You were property, and so forever there's still I mean, it's double whammy, right? It's double whammy to be gay and black, right? Because you got the black community that's still struggling with accepting, who we are, who black people that can be. And then you got white folks that be like, okay, well, we can only accept you on this level, right? So, I mean, we don't, lest we not forget that Marsha P is the reason why we're even talking about this in the first place. Marsha P was a black woman, right? She's black, right? So we got we already in the game, and it is, and we take roles, and that's the other thing I think we must be careful when we get in these positions of change and power, that we don't just take the roles of the flamboyant male, right? Of in the shows, those only shows. No, you have, Milan Christopher, who's breaking barriers, and being more masculine. Well, breaking barriers and backs. I'm gonna just say that.
Who's back?
He's getting his back.
Yeah, I just see
whose back is getting broken? For clarity.
What we not gonna do? Not on this, because this joker will not be over on my back.
I just wanted to clarify for the audience. Whose back is getting broken?
No, but I'm saying, like, people, we got to be careful of what we accept just to get in, right? Yeah. We can't accept just anything, and when you get, because they will typecast and they will keep you to that, and that's all you can do. You can't preach. You can sing in the choir, you can direct the choir, but you can't preach the word of out the pulpit. You can't be a host of a radio show, right? You can't be a headline artist, and like Lil Nas is changing that, it's putting a new face. And quite frankly, I'm going to tell you, and this is no shade to our women, but I think a lot of it is coming from our Black women, and how our Black women celebrate, but in the same context that they celebrate, they also cast stones. And
Yes,
so we got to be
Facts.
careful.
Facts.
We got to be careful when we celebrating the girls and we giving them their flowers and saying yes, because at the end of the day, she still don't want you looking at her man. She still don't want her man looking at you. And
That's
she
not
thinks
our
that there's
problem.
It's
That's not
not-
our fault
it's
that
not-
their men
it's
look at
not.
us.
it's
But
not,
it happens.
but it's
It
there.
happens. It happens all the time. Like I had to demote a friend out of my life due to that situation. You can come to me for everything else. We have these conversations, but one time that I have to come to you and talk about something I was going through, you're like, oh, I don't want to hear that. But when you go through stuff with your husband and your kids, I'm always there. I'm always there. No, it can't be two-sided. And then especially, if you talk about anything sexual, I don't want to hear that. But girl, you just told me how you just had these threesomes and stuff, and I had to sit and listen to what you have to say. And it's always our Black women. You
But you
want
know
us
what?
to do these hairstyles.
But you know what? With women, I have always, and I have some real cool, it's only one or two women, and they know who they are. One of them is in the background that I have them kind of conversations with. With women, I'm only going to give you so much. And I've just learned that.
Right.
Unless we really have that kind of relationship where I can really talk to you about some things. When it comes to this walk, I'm gonna talk to you to a point, and I know where to stop.
But
I'm not gonna give you the tea the way I would give y'all all the tea.
Yeah, but see, this particular person, we was friends since 2003. So it ain't just a day or so. It's like we've been friends forever. So I thought she was an individual that I could go to let's have a conversation. But there's only two females in my life that I will talk to like that. It's my best friend, which is my sister, and my other best friend, Siobhan. They're the only two. Everybody else, I pay up no dust. It's nothing. Like, okay,
No
how you
dust.
doing? Yeah, no dust.
No dust. I'm using it. Thanks, Covey. No dust.
Yeah, I see we got some infiltrators in the comments. On YouTube sometimes the people like to come in here and they be foreign actors, baby. I am watching the comments. I will block you and bless you in Jesus' name. If you ain't here for the spiel, okay, we gonna have the ushers escort you out. But back to
the other thing that he stated too about our Black, being Black and also gay, we fight different battles as well. So we fight that we were Black individuals living in this world, and also a gay individual living in this world. And then like the pro-Black individuals, they want you to help fight for these Black whatever situations come up, and then we fight for them. But then at the end of the day, when we get done fighting, you still don't like me because I'm gay. So now you want to fight on me too. It's like we have to we're constantly battling in our own community, constantly.
Yeah, it's an inner battle.
Yeah,
it's an inner battle.
Constantly, and just I talk about like the DL, the discreet man. Then they want to either we want to mess with them and then end up getting killed, or we want to mess with them, we gotta fight them later or whatever like that. I mean, it's
question. I'm glad you're talking about trade. I'm glad you're talking about these DL men in trade. I got a question because I have to always find out who I'm amongst. If you don't deal with trade or a DL man, do you let them spend the night at your house?
No, ma'am. Baby, you don't come to my house.
Okay.
Baby,
well, where you meet them at? Where you meet them at when you do what you do?
You don't come to the palace.
You don't come to the palace?
No, man. No.
Well, where you meet them at when you do what you do? When you doing missionary work?
They finna pay for this hotel room. Where we going?
And
I don't do no hotel. And for one, that's because I'm a single parent. You know what I'm saying? So I protect my household at all costs. So that's one. Two, I really got to get to know who you are, and that takes some months. You know what I'm saying? Before I'm real busy with real life. I have a business. I do work 3 jobs. So I'm real busy. So for me to take time out to give you piece of my time while I can be making money, you're not going to come to my house. No, you going to break your bags and let's get this hotel room. And I'm picky. I'm real picky. I don't do the crayons. No, I don't do none of that. Either we go to the Sheraton or
the Marriott.
real nice.
So you ain't gonna let him take you to the Days Inn or the Holiday Inn
What? And it's
or the Holiday Express.
You know what? Y'all got jokes.
You ain't gonna let him take you to the boat where you can do the island special.
If I'm gonna be on I ain't no cheap home.
Oh, let me tell you, I asked this question because I was watching the Thais report. I think it might have been yesterday, and they were talking about trading DL men. And I thought back because I'm a missionary. I'm a missionary for real. Not like some of these people out here that be dealing with it. I'm a real missionary. I was taught. I was raised up in this.
So you were taught to be a missionary, or you a real?
When I knew I had the spirit of doing mission, I had to get trained and get licensed to be a missionary, and to save trade, to go out and save trade one more time. And so, some of y'all will get that on the way home. But I remember, baby, I had to learn these lessons, baby.
I think we all got it already.
You never let trade stay the night. If you let trade come to the house, first of all, baby, I had a whole nother room. You never went in my bedroom. I had a whole nother room with another bed in it, baby. I had to put all my valuables, and I had a safe. I put them in the back of the freezer or somewhere trade would never look. I never left trade alone in the house, baby. You went to the bathroom, I was going right with you. And when we was done, baby, you had to go.
Immediately.
You're right on the way. And it just amazed me how some of the girls get caught up trading in their house. They don't scope it out. Thais told a story yesterday about how the trade came in through this. Now the young person living on the second floor, trade climbed the tree, came across the branch, and came into the house. And for heaven's sake, don't ever leave trade in your house by yourself.
Y'all speak of trade as y'all dealing with robbers. Y'all really
you gotta be careful.
Look, Terrence, I'm with you because I'm
y'all
dealing with some horror stories.
Y'all sound like this, not people
we was on the front line. We dealt with some horror stories.
I done had some late night visits going over folks' places, and we never. I guess I'm a different breed. I just put it that way.
Well, I mean, now my life now, I don't like to date DL boys or discreet man. But when I did mess with trade, you never come to my house.
Well, see, I was different because I was young, and when and for a certain portion of my younger life, I did have an issue with self-esteem. And when I found out how to get people to pay attention to me, I got into the fact that people got into me. And so I'm much older and wiser now. And so, that don't move me the way it used to back in the day.
Right.
But I'm still licensed and credentialed, even if I don't do the work every day. I still got my license. I can pull it out.
Oh, okay. To be in missionary.
To be a true missionary, because everybody ain't a real missionary. They be out here doing the work, baby, but they haven't been called to do this.
Okay.
Many are called.
I'm not touching that. You see, I threw my hands up.
How many of y'all in the comments out there is missionaries? Because I know the Virgin Mother Kyrie, I know he's a missionary. Taylor, you might have been a missionary in your time. I see a couple of potential missionaries. My son might have been a missionary. I know he don't play either when he don't. He's good, but when he want to play, baby, he about that life. But yeah. But now I'm glad I'm wholesome. I'm moving to the place of district supervisor, and eventually I want to be national mother. So I've graduated from some things.
This guy is
I've been elevated from some things,
Terrence, are you hearing this?
I hear it all, but I have no comments on it, so I just keep shaking my head.
Look,
Look, Terrence know what a missionary is.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I know what all of it is now. I've been schooled by the best. So
Yeah, Terrence ain't been a saint his whole life.
no, I didn't say I was a saint the first part either.
Now, here's the craziest part. You notice how both of us have our hands on our head like this.
Yeah.
Like
you know
what?
I the first time I heard the word trade, I mean, I didn't know. The first time I heard the word trade, actually, I was called trade, and I was not aware of what that was, and so I thought it was a negative term.
Oh, and you found out what it was.
And that was my first reaction as well.
Yeah,
I didn't know what it was. I'm like,
I didn't know what it was.
What is that?
What is this? Right. And so I was actually, I never forget, because I attended Club Boy. There's a club in Miami called Club Boy.
Yeah.
And I attended for the first time in my life. It was the first.
Wait a minute, the old one or the new?
The old 79th Street.
Yes, baby.
Old 79th
Street gave me my life.
Yeah, 79th and 7th. Yeah. And so I attended, and I never forget.
Back in the day.
That's back in the day, yes.
Yeah, I never forget. My friend brought me in. The owner at the time, Dias, was working the bar, and he said, "What you bring this trade in here for?" And he had snapped at my friend. I said, "Ain't no trade," but and I never forget. That was the first time I heard the phrase, and he had to explain to me what it was. But then,
so when he explained it to you, what did you think then?
I mean, still, I was just like, "Oh, okay." So it's just another. I mean, I saw trade in there. I thought everybody, that looked like everybody in that club was trade. In there.
No.
I mean,
Oh, no.
Up until they started playing the right type of music, and then I realized what we were doing.
Yeah, you realized they weren't trade. But
then I realized
they weren't trade, but they were for Trish.
People started hitting the floor.
I had that experience here in Atlanta. That's when I really knew what it meant. I was like, oh,
yeah.
You think you got your 100? Then Beyonce, come on.
They was. Yeah, it was a tweet or something. It was something. It was tweet or something.
Back over 100. As soon as the bees bucket, they start popping it like it. Oh, bitch!
Yeah. But trade and DL are two different things. So I've never looked at them as,
But see, back in the day, a trade was a DL.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. It was a man that he didn't give off that he was gay. There was nothing about him that would identify as being someone who was gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Trey have a whole wife, girlfriend on the other side of town, 2 or 3 children.
No, that's a hoe. Oh, excuse me. Can I say that on here?
You can say a hoe, yeah. Hoes in the Bible.
That's a different one. I got another word for that one.
He is crazy.
I got another one for that one. So
yes, wow. But let's talk about Young Dolph. So we know Young Dolph was killed back in November.
Now, did you intentionally go from Trey to Young Dolph? Because I'm just saying.
Terrence, there's a method to my madness.
All right, I knew you're doing missionary work. You're doing missionary work.
I told y'all before, I'm a true missionary. Even if I don't do the work actively, I'm real.
All right.
So Young Dolph, we know that he was killed, I think, back in November. He was shot coming out of the restaurant. They found and have arrested 2 suspects in his murder. One is 23-year-old Justin Johnson, who was arrested by the U.S. Marshal's Office Tuesday. He was arrested in Indiana. They have a second suspect. His name is Cornelius Smith, who was indicted on several charges, including first-degree murder. Smith was actually already in jail for a previous arrest and was involved with the white car believed to have been the getaway vehicle in Young Dolph's murder.
And they got a third. A person that was apparently assisting. So he was assisting one or both of them while they were on the run. So that was the most recent I heard.
Yeah, I'm glad they caught him. And honestly, jail might be the safest place for him, because it was gonna be some retaliation behind that. You know,
Um,
I,
mm, mm, mm.
and
I
it
mean,
may still be.
another young person. I just feel like, and they say this guy knew, they knew him. They have pictures of them close by each other. To what extent? I just am always remembering what my grandmother said when they started putting labels on music and warning labels. When 2 Live Crew, I think that's when they started doing it. That this was going to change our community forever. And I think this culture of living this gangster way, none of this should have happened. These people shouldn't have died. They should have been killed. And so I feel bad for everybody all involved.
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel like they be taking them lyrics to heart, baby.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame. Go ahead, Tron.
And the thing is, I mean, it's unfortunate that being a thug is glorified. That's what bothers me. It's like, because I don't think most of them realize actually what that means. I really don't. I don't think they actually know what that entails. And then when they find themselves in situations such as this, where you're getting killed simply because of who you are or something you said, it's just stupidity in my mind. It's just stupid.
That's right.
It's like, why would you want to be a thug? Do you really understand what that concept means? Do you have an inkling of what that truly represents? Because that's nothing to be proud of. That's not something you should walk around with thinking that that's a badge of honor. It is not a badge of honor. It is the exact opposite.
Yes.
But when it's been celebrated and you make money, like let's go to the root of it. It's been celebrated and you make money.
Yeah, let's talk about the root of this.
Yeah, right.
Now, a person like myself that is from the hood, that have cousins, brothers, aunties, uncles that are thugs and gangsters. Then you got me, the gay brother, the gay uncle, or whatever, that have got out of the life because I had some part of life. You have to realize this can't be life. But everybody don't think like that. I know people that their mental level is not even there, and they're in their 40s and 50s. So it goes.
And you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's the scariest part.
Yeah, it is.
Those people, because at that age, we're in the middle of the family.
Right.
We're the ones who have lived up into a certain point where we can still relate to the young and we can also relate to the old because we're right there in the middle. And
speak for yourself.
Sometimes these little assholes don't want to listen.
There you go.
And you know, it's just one of those things.
But when I see certain things in my family, because my little nephews and my cousins, they know I'm mean. I can be mean. I'm not gonna lie. I can be rough under the feathers. When I see certain things, I don't play with them. Like you're not gonna sell drugs in front of me. I don't care if this is your own personal house. It is what it is. Like, what you want to do? You want to box? So, I still fight, and it ain't nothing to it. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
So But if we don't take that initiative to educate them, who are? Because you have to break chains. If not talk about my family, but it is what it is. If you have aunties that didn't graduate high school and had 4 kids from 4 different baby daddies, and then you have a grandmother who went from having 6 kids, left her husband and married her father-in-law. I mean, sometimes you got to break this chain,
Mhm.
and every child that you have, they see, oh, you didn't finish school, or you didn't do this. You just let them do it. See, my son don't break his throat. I'm in school with him. We ain't gonna play them games, baby. And I don't have a college degree. I am in college though, so to let him know that it doesn't matter.
Kudos.
Thank you. It's a struggle, because college ain't for everybody, but you got to do what you got to do. And it's things I don't want to do in my life, but I have to do it for not just for me, but for my son as well too, for him to see. Like, okay, my dad is studying. He see me studying.
Well,
He studies.
right. Well,
So,
and see, and that's the thing. Example. You have to lead by examples.
Right.
You have to show them that, hey, look, you can do this. And hats off to you for doing that for your son, making sure that he sees that, look, if daddy can do this, so can you. So when I'm on you about school, understand, I'm not just telling you this simply because I'm just being hard on you. No, I'm letting you know because this is something I know that you can do. And I'm showing you that you can do it. It is possible.
Right.
Yeah, there's examples everywhere.
Also, look though, but we have people out here that is not doing that. You have babies raising babies, and they're not finishing school. You got kids who want to be grown. You got kids trying to, they think they're grown at the age of 13, 14, but when the parents laugh at different things, oh, my child is carrying a gun, he cussing a parent out, that stuff is not funny. And then when your child end up in the state pen and it's like, oh, free my baby, but your baby gets killed like 3 people. No, leave that child in that house.
Leave that ass where they at. We stay at.
No, don't put in the rest of them. Who can even stay but up in there? I just don't know. No. It can't. And I had to go through a trauma situation to really open my eyes up. My mom got killed in 2003 in church. So after going through that situation, and after the family's going to be there, and it's like, okay, so we're in the hood, and this is what we do. Before my mom passed, I had my high school diploma. I was starting college, but I want to be in the streets because everybody's selling drugs, and my mom, ain't gonna lie, my mom, she was a dope dealer too. She cooked up some stuff. We lived a lovely life. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I was raised into it. This ain't nothing like I woke up there, I want to be a thug. No, baby, my dad used to sell marijuana. My mama had bricks. That's what life I grew up in. I was raised in the hood. We can look at the rats and roaches fight between the cracks of the floor. So that's how I was raised. So yeah.
I'm glad you chose opposite.
Yeah, but once again, everybody don't have that same mental mentality. Like, you know what? It's got to be something better than this. So a person has to want to change for the better. And
you just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, but
because you gotta want it for yourself.
Right, and like I tell my cousins, now talking about white folks or crackers or whatever like this. Listen, every white person does not want to hurt a black person. Every black person don't want to steal a purse. Every Muslim is not want to blow up a building. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To each his own.
Yes. Now I got one more topic I want to cover. We got just a few minutes. I want to talk really quick about Ahmaud Arbery. As we know, I think it was late last year, the 3 men who were responsible for chasing him down and literally murdering him were convicted, were found guilty of murder. They were recently sentenced, I think it was about a week or two ago. Here you see all three of these men, the father, the son, and the neighbor. Gregory McMichael, Travis McMichael, I think that was the son, and William Bryan Jr., that was the neighbor. They were all sentenced to life in prison. Now, granted, these are just the state charges. They still have to face federal charges. I think William Buddy was the only one that might have the possibility of parole, but he ain't none of these men will ever see the light of the day. I hate that this happened. We're glad that justice was served, but it doesn't bring Ahmaud Arbery back. It doesn't erase the fact that it never should have happened.
Best thing about these trials that they showed me, both this trial and the other, you got to have a white woman do your closing arguments. Them two white, let me tell you something, them two white women told they told them closing arguments down. If there's one thing I noticed, and I'm not no shade to our black, everybody run after that one black judge or lawyer to try to represent, and I like them, but we ain't been able to get no Trayvon Martin. We ain't got a lot of done other than some money. This is the first time. And they have white juries. We need people that's going to speak to these juries. And we need black people to start going to jury duty and stop running from jury duty so that we can be in these positions, right? Because that's how it's happened. So the one thing I learned, both this case and what's my other book guy case that also came up. We won that one too. That white woman going to jail. That white officer, she going to jail.
The one that took that mugshot smiling. Was it Kim Porter, whatever her name?
Yeah, Kim. Yeah, she going. There was a white woman that did the closing arguments and that. So that's what I learned. I need a white woman. If I ever get in a situation, y'all better get a white woman to speak to that white jury. You got me?
First of all, your aspiration better not get in. You better not get in those situations.
You never know in these circumstances that way they killing us out.
This world we living in, you just never know.
I just want y'all to have that white woman ready.
I got you.
You got me? Right. I got you.
Yeah. So I just thought it was important to bring that up. We have to stay on top of the issues. Let me say this really quickly. I know there's a lot of conversation out in the news right now about voting rights. A lot of people feel like Biden hasn't done enough. I do share that sentiment. I do think, though, we have to remember that it's not enough to just put a president in office. We have to keep our gas on the pedal. You have to make sure that we give them a legislative body to work with. First of all, I was always taught, excuse me, y'all, a little cold, no powder. I was always taught that charity starts at home. And that means that you need to be involved in your local elections. You need to be involved in your state legislators, because right now that's where all the damage is really happening right now in your state house. Right now, I live in Florida. Right now, Governor DeSantis is got these folks up in the legislature passing all kinds of laws to limit our ability to be able to vote. And a lot of times we are oftentimes unaware because we're not paying attention. So my message is simply, we need to stay woke. We need to pay attention to what's going on.
Facts.
Stay woke to what's going on, because what's going on really is affecting us in the long run.
Get your white woman lawyer.
Get your white woman on retainer. Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes, get you a white woman on retainer.
Well, and I'm gonna add to that, vote in your local elections.
Yep.
Because that's really where everything happens.
Right. And make sure that you educate yourself on the people who is in office. If you don't like what they do, get them out of there. Don't vote for them.
Black or white, get them out. Because the black ones.
Right. Hispanic.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because just because they look like you don't mean they're
don't mean they for you.
Don't mean they for you.
It's different kind of skin folk.
Hello.
Yes.
All
pep ain't hot.
You supposed to say it proper. Hello.
Yes. So really
gotta say it proper. Hello.
So really quick, I want to thank everyone in the comments who watched. I know this is a little different. We're on YouTube now and sharing to Facebook versus us just being on Facebook. Everybody, Kyrie, Sean, Isaiah, Taylor. Who else did I see here? Let's see. I want to make sure I don't leave nobody out. My child, my favorite, I ain't gonna say favorite. One of my babies close to my heart, London.
Okay.
Tarina. I got other children, they'll take this some kind of way. Anthony, Darnell, of course, my fellow king, Kyrie. Thank you guys for watching. If you help us spread the word, I will be putting more posts out. I'll also be doing some short little lives here and there throughout the week, helping promote the show and letting everybody know that, we'll be on Facebook. We'll still be on Facebook, but we're primarily on YouTube. And I encourage you all to please go to the Power Plug Radio page on YouTube and subscribe so that you can watch not only this show, but all of our other shows that are streaming. And if you so want to give an offering, Mother Brown is in the background. I borrowed her from Thais tonight. And if you want to put your cash apps up, you can put them in the comments or whatever. Put it up real quick. These men are, first of all, these are great guys. These are guys that I count friend, every one of them. When I call, they answer and they say yes. And I wish that I could pay them. I'm gonna get there one day. I speak it into existence. I'm gonna get there.
Amen.
with the help of the help.
I'm waiting on my check.
Yes, we're gonna get it for you. I'll give you some food stamps. But in the meantime,
That's being
Look, hey, I'll take that too.
Yeah,
that EBT card.
Yes, I know you got to cook, but I thank them so much. I really am hoping that this year, I'm not going to hope, I'm going to say this is the year that this platform is going to expand, not only the Spill, but the other shows on Power Plug Radio, that we're really going to expand into some new areas. We're going to grow our audience. I want to attract advertisers, people to this brand. So thank you guys. Thank you, men, so much. I love each and every one of y'all. Chubb Bay, make sure Chubb Bay has some businesses, some things that he's doing.
Plenty business.
Yeah, yes. Chubb Bay, tell him real quick before we get out here. Tell him about what you're doing.
I sell jewelry, costume jewelry, which is good. SavageJewels.com, JEWELZ.com. That's for my costume jewelry. I do make custom shirts, sweaters, whatever. So pressed by Savage. This year, tax professional, rank consultant.
Okay.
Oh my God, what else? I think it's next week. Yeah. So yeah, pressed by Savage. My Chubb Bay line is coming out. So if you don't see my background, I will do my own clothing now. So that's what I want to Chubb Bay. So yeah, so that's what I do. So if you go to SavageJewels.com, you'll see all the jewelry. I upload jewelry all the time. I do have men accessories as well, because I always got accessorize.
All right. So thank you guys, everyone that watched us tonight. Continue to support us. Check me out Friday on the King Jobs and the Four Kings, and check us out next week. We'll be here each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Power Plug Radio. Production, let's take us out of here.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in. Tap in. I'm investing on your neck. Tap in.
All right, tell her.
Tap in. Yeah.
Tap in. Tap in. MLB, I see